excited. It's week 14. It's 2020. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling super motivated. I'm so happy to be home after 2.5 weeks of traveling. I'm getting all my meal prep done. I've got a new recipe for you guys tomorrow. Workouts are getting done. I'm super excited to bring you an intense week this week. So for this week's Pep Talk, as we're all feeling super motivated, a lot of times you run into a situation where your support system becomes not so supportive. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that today and hope that I can offer some advice in terms of how to move forward and not let your lack of support system sabotage your motivation and your progress and everything that you're doing with your fitness and wellness routine. So what to do when your support system is lacking or trying to sabotage you. So as you continue your progress, a lot of people are also starting off with New Year's resolutions, but many and most are going to probably fall off of the bandwagon. Okay, so out of jealousy, a lot of people are jealous of your perseverance and the weight you'll be losing and how consistent you've been with your workouts. And a lot of people, whether they realize it or not, will try to sabotage what you're doing and your progress to bring you down to their level. I've experienced this a lot over the years, especially with my bikini training, as it's very regimented. You'll find, for example, your coworkers are giving you a hard time about not having some of the cookies in the break room, or giving you a hard time that you skipped happy hour to go to the gym instead. There's a lot of times issues with a spouse. If you're not spending as much time together because you're spending more time in the gym, or maybe you're not going out on your typical date night where you go out for an extravagant 3-course dinner or whatnot. So that might become between you and your spouse. Also, a big one, family tends to get offended if you don't want to necessarily eat what they're serving. That's a big common issue that a lot of people reach out to me about what they should do. For example, you go over to your families for Easter and you decide to pass on the chocolate cake that's there, and grandma is offended that you are too good for her chocolate cake, or whatever it might be. So some tips for getting past this situation, getting past everybody trying to sabotage you or bring you down. We want to keep your train rolling. We don't want to stop the train. So here are some tips that I have for you for getting past this whole situation. Number one, when it comes to relationships, our culture is very food oriented. So things you want to do to meet up with your friends, you're likely to go out for dinner and drinks, or coworkers want to go to happy hour, or date night with your spouse, whatever it is. So try to find non-food oriented activities and offer those as suggestions. So for example, bowling is a good one, or maybe a sunset walk, or going hiking with a group of friends. Go to the movies and pack your own snack with you. Or it's pretty cold out in most locations right now, go ice skating. Things that don't necessarily revolve around food, okay? So one of the hardest parts about staying consistent is with your diet and your exercise routine is also being able to be social. So try to find new ways to be social without your entire social situation revolving around the food you're eating. Next thing you could try, especially if it's at work, coworkers tend to get on you. So maybe bring a recipe that you like for all to share. So if a lot of people will be intrigued by the food you're eating and what regimen you're following. So if a lot of people in the office were asking you about your protein muffins that you made, to kind of help motivate them and help them understand what you're doing and that it's not so bad and your protein muffins actually taste good, make a big batch of protein muffins and bring them into the office for everyone to share. So you're likely to get some people on your positivity train when it comes to diet and exercise, rather than trying to bring you back down. The next thing, invite your friends, your family, your spouse, whoever it might be that might be harping on you to join in on your workout routine. So explain to them that your workout is super important to you, you love it, you're passionate about it, it makes you feel good, and you want them to enjoy it with you. So it might not be their favorite thing to do, but if they love you and they care about you, they might be willing to try a yoga class or a spin class or go for a hike or get down on the floor and try the six-pack attack ChristyLangle.com workout. Whatever it might be, try to get them involved in it so that they're not necessarily feeling left out, but they're feeling included. And the last thing, when it comes to those family and meals and holidays and home cooking, again, our culture is very food oriented, so maybe you try to savor those food-oriented situations that you just really can't look past without offending anybody. Save those for a cheat meal. I always recommend to everyone that you should have at least one full-blown cheat meal where you eat everything and anything, however much you want, indulge in it, enjoying it. So if it's something like Easter that's coming up and your whole family's gonna be there, all the home cooking that you know you shouldn't really be eating, save a cheat meal for that day so that you can have whatever you want and you're not offending anybody. Because again, at the end of the day, grandma's chocolate cake, she knows you love it, she made it for you, and one day she's not gonna be able to make it for you anymore. So try to enjoy the moments. Remember, ChristyLangle.com is all about balance, okay? Enjoy the little things, but get right back on your workout the next day, have your egg whites for breakfast, and you're back to your routine. All right, so I guarantee you guys are all gonna run into this situation, even just a little bit, like whether it's your spouse, whether it's at work, your kids, whoever it might be. I hope these tips will help you a little bit so you stay motivated and we don't stop the train. Speaking of the train, I do have some workout calendars for your refrigerator that I got made. So if any of the members are interested in having one of these workout calendars for your fridge to keep you motivated and stay accountable, make sure to shoot me an email or a message or any way to get in contact with me, and I'd be happy to drop one off or mail it to you, whatever I can do to get this to you. I'm excited to see what all of us members and Christine Langle family can do in 2020. All right, guys, here we go. Some big time workouts this week. Let's see what we can do.